Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Evangelical Alliance Ireland. Have you ever said to yourself when something has happened to you, I didn't deserve that? Whenever you've been unfairly blamed for something, or when something just came out of the blue and it just happened and sort of devastated everything and threw your life apart, and you think, I didn't deserve that. The idea that we should get what we deserve is one that's pretty well ingrained in human nature. I remember a number of years ago, my wife and I, we were out in Galway, and we went out to eat at night, and we went to a pizza place called Fat Freddy's Pizza, which the reason we went there was because I got the reference. It was referring to a cartoon comic strip that used to appear in hippie times that I remember from when I was a young teenager. There was the fabulous furry Freak Brothers and Fat Freddy's cat, and this pizza place was based around that, with all the art and design in the place and that, and yet you know what? Fat Freddy's did a nice pizza, but I remember on the way out there was a jar as you were paying for your pizza that said, tipping is good karma. Of course, the idea behind karma is that you do something good, so something good will happen to you, that you get what you deserve. Now, without subscribing to the false religious ideas behind karma, that is a deeply ingrained human assumption that sooner or later you get what you deserve, or what goes around comes around. Bad things happen to bad people. You've probably heard these kind of things. And of course, the Bible does say that whatsoever a man reaps, whatsoever a man sows, that also shall he reap. And you might say, well, there you are. That's just the Bible's version of karma. That's just the Bible's way of saying that what goes around comes around. Well, yes, to a certain extent, but here's the problem. We've all done things that, when it comes down to it, we're bad, we're even evil. We've all done things that were hurtful. We've all done things, sometimes even trying to do the right thing. We've still ended up doing the wrong thing and realized that we've caused pain and damage to somebody. When you remember that, the idea that you'll get what you deserve, the idea of karma, the idea of what goes around comes around, the idea that what a man sows, that also shall he reap, is no longer a comforting thought, but a thought of, oh gosh, I've got trouble coming down the line. And that's why grace is such an incredible concept in the Christian gospel. You don't find this idea of grace in a lot of religious systems, and you know what? I've discovered that in the world, in non-religious thinking and in society, there's precious little room for grace. Your past mistakes will come back to haunt you. The things you've said and done, even maybe a long time ago, and you may have moved on from that, but with social media and everything else, they can be resurrected against you very quickly and used to destroy you. So the idea of just reaping that which you sow is not always a great thought for us. But Jesus came that we would reap where we have not sown. Jesus came that he would carry our sins on the cross, and that we would reap what he sowed for us. Grace means that we are forgiven for the things that we've done. That yes, we do deserve to pay for the wrong that we've done. But Jesus took that payment upon himself on the cross. So when you're tempted to say, I didn't deserve that, I would encourage you as a Christian to think about your salvation and to say, God, I didn't deserve that. To think about the blessings that God has given us and say, God, I didn't deserve that. When I look at all the wonderful things that God has done in my life and the joy he's brought and Christian friends he's brought along and people he's put alongside to bless me and help me, I didn't deserve any of it. I thank God that as Christians we're not living under some kind of karma. I thank God that God's goodness by far exceeds any harm that we have done. And yes, while we should indeed be truly repentant and sorry for anything we've ever done to harm somebody else, what goes around doesn't necessarily come around, because Jesus took it upon himself on the cross. And so for that, I am eternally grateful. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Evangelical Alliance Ireland.